Well, this is Korobov going 8 for the third straight fight, arguably 8, and now he's cranking up the level. He started, I think, a little slow, was economical, but here's that tight package, and Findley, he's covering up mostly, but Korobov puts his offense in drive now. But it's Findley coming on big, battering Korobov with a left hook to the body. He's very straight up, and he's not the most skillful guy, but he's always coming on and in your face. And he's doing it again. Korobov trying to create that space.
You know, I liked the work at the beginning of the round by Matt Korobov. I thought he was, you know, I sometimes think needs to be a little meaner in the ring and just, you know, fight with some more bad intentions in there. And
I think to be more complete, you know, he's taken the lead against a lot of guys, but I think he's got to counter this guy more, and because he is stepping back to create space. It's nice that he's, again, being first here, but to be a more complete fighter, he should be countering Derrick Findley's aggression and using it against him.
Now, I talked to Korobov about the pace of his career and how, you know, he felt about it, and he said, I'm happy. It's step by step. And he said, I know from previous Russian fighters how you have to advance, and it's small advances at a time.
That's a good point, Rich. I mean, he's 27. He's only had a dozen pro fights.
Right, and he said, I need more time. So that's
an honest admission. It's not necessarily a limitation. Korobov in the red, turning, and Findley is on him, but not coming and punching, and he gets clipped that way as Korobov unleashes that lead left. Korobov lets go a 3-punch combination. Not a lot on those shots, but still, and not enough to dissuade Findley, but Findley has to start all over again. Korobov not spinning away, electing to let Findley have pot shots at him.
Well, he walks away instead of spinning.
Yeah, you know,
instead of spinning out.
And turning your back that way sometimes would indicate a little lethargy and such. It's not necessarily so. Korobov just isn't wasting anything, it seems. But I would like to see a little bit more fire from him, Rich. We've seen it in spots.
And he usually gets enough done to win every round, although Findley has had moments in every round.
You know, that's right. It's a competitive fight then, as we close out the fourth and hit the halfway mark of this scheduled 8-round middleweight bout. Rich Marotta ringside in Thackerville, Oklahoma. It's Top Rank Live. Rich, what do you think Korobov is doing best in this fight?
I think he's doing, the best thing he's doing is pretty much controlling the ring. He's starting to look a little more like a veteran in there. He's showing some things in terms of moving away, showing some angles at times, controlling the ring, putting his punches together. On the other hand, I thought at the end of last round, I thought Derrick Findley was gassed. I watched him when he went back to his corner. I didn't like the way that he sat down. I didn't like the way he was looking up at his trainers. And it looked to me like
his mouth is open.
He was tired, basically, and running out of gas.
Good observation. We'll see. Because let's face it, Derrick Findley is a one-trick pony the way he's fighting. You know, he fights at one speed and one way. And again, the reason he's beaten only Class B fighters, there's a talent shortage there. Korobov definitely has more talent than Findley.
You know, I do think Korobov looks better in this fight than I've seen him in some other ones. And Mike McCallum likes working with this kid. He says he's a trainer's dream. He says he's really disciplined and he likes to train.
He loves to train, according to him. He always has.
Stop.
Findley walks in throwing nothing, tries a lunging right hand that went nowhere. So it looks like he's unraveling a little bit. Here inside where he could try to do some damage, there's very little. He landed finally that left hook to the chin of Korobov, but Korobov easily now, as you say, using the ring and forcing Findley to reset and start all over again. Now that big left hand from Korobov. And Findley holding on. He's pinned his head to the chest of Korobov, and he definitely had his world rock. What a left hand by Matt Korobov, and Korobov now goes to the body.
I think that body shot right there doubled up Findley a little bit. And I do think he's just running out of gas.
And answers, Rich. Again, it's the talent differential here.
Okay, stop! Stop! Break!
Korobov in the red. It's not as if Findley doesn't have any power or punching power, but Korobov looks like he's just can have it his way and doesn't have a lot to fear.
Okay, stop. Break.
I thought he fought defensively in spots in the first 3 rounds and has slowly dialed up the offense, and that big right hand, then that body shot scored big.
Don't throw.
We head to the 6th. Matt Korobov with an impressive 5th round, and Derrick Findley gasping for air and gasping for answers, it would seem. He's in the black. He's coming forward the same way he has the entire fight. He's inside now, missing with a lot of shots. Korobov picking him off, but that little right hand is not the kind of hook that legends are made of.
But he dug a good left hook to the body, and of course McCallum is trying basically to really work with him on that aspect of his offensive arsenal. But you know, it's tough when you get a guy who's really, you know, great fighters who become trainers. It's not always the easiest thing, you know.
Oh, yes.
And Mike McCallum was a special talent. I mean, he really was one heck of a tremendous champion.
Well, he doesn't seem overly demanding, but very focused in what he expects of Matt Korobov. But I have to say the same Kenny Adams seemed to be that way, and I thought Dan Birmingham. I mean, those are 2 guys that hard as nails. They seem to have a lot of focus too. But Korobov, hopefully this will be a better fit for him.
Stop! Stop! Not in the back. Not in the back. Turn around. Box.
You know, when I talked to Matt, he was very pleased, Nick, that I mentioned to him that, boy, your English is so much better now. But I talked to him before his first professional fight, which I did. It was at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, and they had to have people translating for him. I think he could understand a little, but he couldn't talk. And now you can just have a very clear and concise conversation with Matt in English.
And now he's training a Russian. That's great. So. Korobov in the red, back on the ropes now. So Findley's had his opportunities and just can't do anything with Matt Korobov. So Korobov fighting, I think, a controlled, aggressive fight, not taking a lot of chances, but he doesn't feel Findley, he's felt his power, he doesn't feel Findley could hurt him. I think he's been defensive enough, elusive enough. And Rich, I really think he has looked good in his fight. And certainly he's outclassed Findley, I think, start to finish. I would like to see that jab from the left-hander more.
Yeah, but he is showing quite a variety tonight of punches, combinations. He is punching to the body, the head. He's moving one way, moving the other. He's mixing it up. The only question is, at times, will he commit to a knockout? Will he commit to knocking a fighter out?
I think part of the problem, I really see where that right hook needs a lot of work. It's just a construction.